All right, here we go. So if you were here Tuesday, it's a similar format, just different exercises. We have a little bit of a power push, which I'll go over in between. That's going to be the same. But I'll go over everything as usual. So get your music on, get your weights. I have 10s and 15s. For most of this, we'll need just, I don't want to lie yet. One weight? One weight. Yes. Oh, this is the wrong workout. This this one. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's get warmed up. Shake it out. Happy Thursday. I'm inside today. Too loud. A little chilly this morning. Let's get the watch set up. Make sure you have some water if you need it. 30 seconds until the end. Last set will be 45 seconds. All right, so we're gonna do a side lunge to a reach. So we're gonna get lateral lunge, I should say. So we're gonna get nice and wide. We're gonna lunge into one side. You're gonna place that opposite hand down, reach the other one up. So I did right, left hand down, left, right hand down. And we're just gonna take our time here, side to side. Hope everyone had a great week. I know it's been chilly in New England. It's been chilly here in Florida, hence my neighbor telling me I'm not dressed appropriately. I was like, Andrea, when I left on, I think it was Saturday, it was a high of 18 where I live in New Hampshire. 69, 70 is pretty damn awesome. All right. All right, so we did this anti-rotation chop on Tuesday. We don't have it in the workout, so I'm going to do it in the warm-up because we're going to do a rotational chop today. So shorten your stance just a little bit. You're going to pretend you have a weight, and we're just going to come up and over the shoulder without rotating at all. So really just firing up the core here. Let's do about 5 to 6 on one side, and then 5 to 6 on the other. Keeping you stable here with our pretend weight. Good. All right. And we're going to come on down. We're going to extend the arms, right leg up. We're going to let it fall to the left, and then we're just going to come back up to center. So we're going to do this about 5 or 6 times. Moving, not really holding here, right? Because we're in our warm up. We'll save that for the cool down. When and if the next time we have time for a cool down. When I first started this class, oh my gosh, it's been like what, a year and a half now. I did make time for a cool down, and then I realized 30 minutes isn't a lot. I'd rather spend time doing the warm-up and giving you time in the workout. So I trust that you can all cool down on your own appropriately. And I've opted to just give you some suggestions instead. But as always, I'm open to feedback, suggestions, thoughts. I put my contact info in the chat if you want to reach out. And also, our breaks today are 30 seconds as well. If you need more time, you know you can always take it. I'll give you some options, modifications when we get there. All right, let's take some cat and cows, and then we'll go over these exercises. Just warm up the spine a little bit. So we have unilateral. First section, we'll do right side. Second section, we'll do left side. And then last section will be kind of a combo of both sides. That's why it's a little bit longer than these. We have 2 in each. And then in between, we have kind of like a little bit of a, calling it a power push because I don't really know what else to call it. Just a little bit dynamic, some movement, some quicker movement in between these strength movements. Still strength, just a little bit more power based. Okay. All right, so let's go over these movements. We have a one-armed swing. So you're going to take your dumbbell, right under your crotch. You're gonna squeeze the glutes and the hamstrings as you press it up, okay? Right side, and then next time we'll do left side. Then we have a lunge hold with a chop. So if this is too much, bring the knee all the way down, no big deal, right? Otherwise, we're holding as we chop up and over, right side, and then we'll do left leg forward in the next set. All right, one leg deadlift to row. So our options here, most challenging, lifting the leg completely, rowing at the bottom, left arm if the right leg is down. Less challenging, a little bit of a kickstand, row, and come on up, okay? So then we have a pull over with a march. We're coming down to the ground. Your weight is going to be overhead. Your hips are going to stay lifted. As you lift that weight up, one knee or your right knee will lift up. Right, we'll do just the same side, and then we'll move to the other side. Right, and then I'll go over those combos, but it's similar to the last set. I just want to go over this quick little power push we have. Let's pause this for a second. So you're going to lift one knee, work that hip flexor. It's going to be 1, 2, back to that same lifted knee, right? We'll start with the right side and we'll do the left side. And then the last one, we have this shortened split stance. 1, 2, 3, drop. Same side, okay? We'll go over it again, don't worry. All right, 20 seconds. Grab a sip of water, grab your weight. I would recommend a little bit heavier for this swing, but it's up to you, right? We have 2 rounds, so you can play with this. We're starting with the right arm. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze and lift. We're working some glutes today. Breathe. Take your time. Not a squat, right? It's more of a deadlift than a squat here. We have 10 seconds to transition into that lunge hold. I'm just going to turn the volume up so I can hear this. Right leg forward, left knee bent. Here we go. Still can't hear it. Up and over. So I'll show you from this angle, up and over. You can use a lighter weight here. I'm going to switch to that lighter weight next time. If the hover's too much, bring the knee all the way down. One leg deadlift on deck. Here we go. We're going to row with the left arm. We're going to stick with the right foot. Kickstand or foot lifted. Here we go. So halfway down, we row and we lift back up. You're not going to get a ton with 30 seconds. That's okay. No rush. We'll use those power pushes to get a little bit of speed. Get the heart rate up a little. Breathing. All right. Now we get that pull over down on the ground. Weight up and over. Hips are lifted. Let's go. So we pull over, knee lifts. It's a march, just the right side. We'll go through this one more time on the same side before we move on. Rest. If you're wondering, this, I don't know if you can see it, there's a big old balloon up there at the ceiling. We had a little birthday celebration for me down here, I think the beginning of October when I was here last. Single arm swing, here we go. And we had dinner at a friend's house, 3, 2, 1. And my husband had bought a cake, and my friend, Brittany, was like, what should I bring? And he's like, bring cupcakes. And she's like, what? If you have a cake, why do we need cupcakes? You know, typical husband has no idea, right? Sorry, I shouldn't say that. And so she got me a cupcake balloon, a huge cupcake balloons. Hilarious. I came down, I was like, oh my God, not only is the balloon still going from the beginning of October, but it lost the thing holding it down. So now it's stuck on my ceiling. All right, lunge hold, adding that chop. I wish it was in New Hampshire so I could give it to my my nieces and nephew. They would love it. Up and over, left hip, right shoulder, hovering that knee, as long as it feels okay for you. Deadlift on deck. Here we go. Right foot is planted. We're rowing with the left arm. 3, 2, 1. I think I'm going to stay with this kickstand here this morning. You can make it harder by lifting the leg. Make sure if you're kickstanding though, all that weight is in the right foot. Left foot isn't doing much at all. Almost there. We have one more on this right side, our pullover. With the march, lift those hips. Elbows could be slightly bent here. Here we go. Squeeze, release. I'm trying to keep those hips stable. Take your time. All right, we're gonna come on up. Let's go over our power push. So we're gonna have the right leg lifted. 1, 2, right leg. Then we'll have the right leg lifted in this shortened split squat, hopping. 4th time, you're gonna drop that knee into that full squat, split squat. All right, let's do it. 30 seconds each in a row. Here we go. 1, 2. Now, you can go quick. If that's too much, slow it down. Little pause with this knee. Work that hip. No break in between. That was way too many steps, KT. So we're going right into that split squat variation. Right now. Right foot forward, left foot back. Now, 1, 2, 3, we drop on 4. If that's too much, you're stepping. I don't know how many that was, and then we're dropping, okay? Otherwise, we're a little bit of hop. Right leg always lands forward. Drop. Rest. Woo, not so bad, right? Just one time through. All right. Left arm, left leg, left side, whatever. Starting with our swings. Left arm, 10 seconds. We're breathing. Oh, it feels so much better today than Tuesday. 3, 2, 1. I said to my husband, because I called him, I was like, my flight was Tuesday. So I was going to teach from the hotel, which, you know, it's fine, it's doable, it's just not ideal. I was like, you know what, there's a flight here Monday night. Should I don't have to pay for the hotel. And he's like, oh yeah, definitely. I was like, okay. It's walking me through how to do it on the app. All right, here we go. Lunge hold with that chop, right hip to left shoulder. 3, 2, 1. As soon as I did it, it was already over an hour delayed. I was like, oh no, I just screwed myself. I was like, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. My Uber driver, it's like 25 minutes from the airport here, was like so chatty. And I'm like, dude, normally I'm pretty happy, chatty person. I just need you to get me home, please. All right, deadlift. Left leg forward, right leg back. Right arm is rowing. Here we go. Halfway down, and we row. You can always lift that leg. So we'll go through this twice, same thing. We'll have our little power piece. And then we're gonna do swings, both arms. So maybe something a little heavier if you have it. Reverse lunge to a twist, both sides, a little different. Here we go, we're coming down. We're gonna march that left leg. We'll have both legs deadlift. Here we go. And then we'll finish with a pullover and bridge lift. Both feet. Hips lifting and lowering. Almost there. Rest. I don't know about you all, but I need sleep. Like I cannot really function. I can, but it's not pretty. I went back to bed at like 10. I was like, okay. Laid in my bed for 30 minutes. My husband's like, morning. I was like, I'm alive. I'm alive. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. One arm swing. Last time we're here. We're breathing. No squats today. Doesn't happen often. Tuesday. All right, transition. We have that lunge hold. We're gonna do right hip, left shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Hover that knee. Up and over. One at a time. Transition. Deadlift. Left leg, we're rowing with the right arm. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Down. Lift up. Left knee is bent. Your spine is moving in one long line to get you down there. No further than halfway. So if you're not really sure, I would err on the side of caution, right? Better to be a little higher than a little lower. And if you're not sure, video yourself. Come on down. Doing the move so you can kind of see where you're at. I realized in my deadlifts, here we go. I was coming down to a good spot, but in my one-legged deadlifts, I was actually coming too low. I think it was about a year ago. I was like, oh my God, I had no idea. easier to video yourself than look over in the mirror. Especially those one-legged, I always fall over. All right, we got our power piece here. In about 23 seconds, I'm gonna grab a little heavier weight, that one, for our swings. Reverse lunge to twist, I'll go a little lighter. Deadlift to row, 15s, yeah, pull over. All right, here we go. Left leg is gonna be lifted. 1, 2, lift and hold. Only to about hip height. Quick. Almost there. I know. Gets a little hot. All right, left foot forward, right foot back, shorten stance. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, drop. Remember, you can do it a little bit slower if you need to. So on that drop, you can make it a little bit longer, or you can stay short. Knee coming past the ankle, we've learned in the last, I don't know what, 10 years or so. That's not bad for you. Things are always evolving. Rest. 30 seconds. All right. Grand finale. Both arms swing. I would go a little bit heavier. Deadlift to row. So now we'll need both weights for that one. And then really that's, oh no, reverse lunge to twist. Yeah, that's the only one we'll need 2 weights for actually. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna swing it out. Squeeze. Just to about shoulder height. These are soft, but again, more like a deadlift than a squat. This one will get the heart rate up too. We still have those 10 seconds to transition. Almost there. Woo! Save the best for last. All right, reverse lunge to twist. So we're gonna do both sides. Here we go. So you're gonna reverse lunge, twist, weights at the chest, twisting to the front, whatever side the front leg is on. We're taking our time. Back knees in that hover. Weights in that front foot. Big step back. No more short stances here. Good. All right, 2 weights. And I go with the 15s. What happened there? 3, 2, 1. So we're down, we row, and we come back up and squeeze. Keeping those weights close to the legs. So I had a quick turnaround. We came back from Thanksgiving vacay Friday, drove up to New Hampshire, and then I was back here on Tuesday morning. I had made a bunch of appointments. My dentist and stuff is now down here because we were supposed to come right here from the vacay. And then one, my husband, the newer job, he had to actually work. Pull over with hip bridge. Here we go. So you pull over, hips lift. And then 2, My husband has mosaic status, but he hasn't been traveling for work as much this year. So we were gonna lose it. And I was like, oh man, at least one of us needs to have some sort of status. When we were stuck down here in that hurricane, because he had status, right? He was able to get me on a flight out of a different airport. So I said, well, what if we just fly back home and then fly down a couple days later? Oh, KT, worst idea I've ever had, I tell you. Now that I'm here, it's fine. Rest. But I was not feeling happy about my decision the other day. All right. And then he couldn't come because of work. So I was like, well, that's fine. I'll have some alone time. I can get some work done. And my husband's a slob. I am not. He had been here. Here we go. Swing a few weeks ago with his friend. And I was nervous how he left the place. So I was like, all right. He's like, I thought you had someone come in and clean. I'm like, yeah, but she's not like moving your shit. Like she's not like putting your stuff away if you left it out, you know? It wasn't too bad, thank God, but I don't really trust him. 10 seconds. Three, two, one, rest. Grab a little bit lighter for those reverse lunges. Monday was a crazy day too. Three, two, one. One of our cars, both of our cars, the inspection was up. I think I told you we had like some 1 month of crazy, both cars in the shop. And for some reason, the shop never did the inspection sticker, which was like the first reason we were there to begin with. So anyways, we have like one sedan, one SUV. The SUV is slowly dying. We've had it for 8.5 years. We bought it used, so you know, it's done us well. And I kept saying, we gotta figure something out. We gotta figure something out. And my husband's like, it's fine, it's fine. All right, transition, deadlift to row. So on Saturday, 3, 2, 1, my husband was like, oh, the airbag light just came on. I was like, oh, Peter. So he drove down to Norwood in Mass to trade in the car. And I said, can you please not destroy the new car? It's not new. It's still, we do certified pre-owned, so it's a few years old. Before I get home, like, it's not your personal trash can. It's so sad. I was like, I'm gonna buy you like some shitty beater from like 1985 because honestly, I just laughed. I was like, it's not funny. All right, pull over. March. And then that's gonna be all she wrote. We might have a minute. There we go. Lift. Squeeze the glutes. Woo. We'll stay on the ground here. We might have a minute. We'll do a little quick figure 4. These pullovers, they're sneaky. You're gonna feel them in your lats. So a good stretch, easy stretch, is to be in a child's pose. Reaching one arm, and you're on the edge of that hand to kind of stretch under that armpit area there. And done. All right. Stay where you are. Got 1 minute. Right ankle, left knee. You can make this a little bit more by pulling in. I think that's it, right? Yeah, just checking. Getting into those hips and glutes here. Now switch sides. And lift it a minute. And then you can stay in your figure 4. I would recommend stretching a little bit longer, but if you want to do that lat stretch, right, you're kind of placing the edge of your arm and pulling back in a child's pose or like a half tabletop to get into that side body. All right, my friends, good to see you. Happy Thursday. I will see you Tuesday for strength. Oh, we got some more people who joined. Lena, Kate, Dewey, you. Oh, I'm going to butcher this. I'm sorry. You, Hugh? I'm so sorry. You're welcome. All right. Have an awesome rest of your week, and I'll see you next week, everyone. Bye.